If we know our identity and we know our destination, do we know how to get to that destination? Even though we know who we are and where we're supposed to go. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah. Day number 4 of the Torah portion, Toldot, Generations. In Bereshit Genesis chapter 26, verse number 12 and 13 and 14. Yitzhak sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold, and Yahweh blessed him. And the man grew great and went forward until he became very great. And he came to have possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great body of servants, and the Philistines envied him. Yitzhak's in a particular interesting situation. He's living among a group of people unlike himself. Famine in his land is required that he be removed to a place that can better situate him. That's not to say that Gerar was necessarily a great place to be. He had followed in ill-advised footsteps of his father Abraham, saying of Rivkah, his wife, "She's not my wife, she's my sister." Abimelech, the sovereign of Gerar, looked out and saw that the way they were behaving insinuated this is not a brother and sister. This is man and wife, and chided Yitzhak. "One of my men had almost laid with your wife. This is not good. You guys leave these people alone and don't touch them." Yitzhak is in this land for a period of time. We're not told exactly how long. He is already with him. His 2 sons are at least middle teenagers or older. We're not told about their activity here, but it seems that they may have been working together with their father. One would assume as much. Sowing in the land. He reaps in a superabundant fashion. The favor of Yah is upon him, and it's obvious to the place that the locals are envying him. They're not getting his level of response. Why is Yitzhak then blessed in abundance above and beyond all of those that may be around him? Let's do a more literal word-for-word reading then of verse number 13, which says, "And waxed great the man, and went forward and grew until he became great very," or as we would say, very great. It says that he waxed great. Okay, there is a certain level of increase. That happens. You work hard. You try hard, put in the hours and the time, things can be favorable for you. But it goes beyond that. It says that he went, and this word is translated forward. Hebrew says it's the word halak. From this, we get the idea of halakah and halakhic. Halakah is our manner of walking, how we order our lives, our custom of living, the means by which we make our decisions and go about our daily existence. Halakhic being more of a legislative, and especially a religious legislative decision. Yeshua says that when you are gathered in my name, 2 or 3 of you, I will be there in the midst of you. In other words, the decisions that you're making, I will assist you in. He shared with his 12, he said that when they made a decision, he would be in the midst of them, leading them, guiding them. In the book of Acts, these men, minus, of course, Yehuda Iskari, would make decisions saying, it seemed good to the Ruach HaKodesh and to us. That is, that the Spirit of Yeshua was with them, guiding them, directing them in the decisions that they would make as a halakhic or halakhically determined decision, if I can get that out. So he is ordering his walk in such a way that he becomes very great. Now, I'm not suggesting that if we walk in a prescribed formula, 3 points to increasing your wealth, 5 ways to grow your business and your bank account. That's not where we're going with that kind of stuff. Neither are we saying, well, if you just have faith and you sow your faith seeds, that you're going to reap an abundance. Not going there. Not teaching that. What we are saying is that if we walk circumspectly, if we walk correctly to the word, the favor of Yah in some respects should be showing up in our lives. What's also interesting here is that this is not the first time this word is used. In Bereshit chapter 5 and verse 4, it says that Enoch walked with Elohim, same word. In chapter 6 verse 9, it says Noah walked with Elohim, again, the same word. In chapter 17 and verse 1, Yah told Avram, saying, walk before me and be complete, be whole, same word. What's also interesting is that when Yeshua looked at those that he called to follow him, saying, follow me, the Greek word that is used there for follow or follow me in the Septuagint is linked to the word yalach. It is noted in the lexicons that it is akin to halak or halak. What's also interesting is it's in this verse. When it says, and he went, that's yalach. He followed as if following Yeshua, or he followed with and walked forward, ordering his walk, and became great or very great. Following Yeshua in order to make your decisions. It is said that life is a great teacher and failure is a great university. Learning how not to do things can oftentimes lead us then to the way to rightly do things. Trial and error. All of us have learned at the school of hard knocks. All of us have had those situations where we thought we were making the best decision, and looking back, it's like, can't believe I did that. You can only go with what you know. And I don't mean to be, just throwing out little blurbs here, but all of these things are true. You can only go with what you know. That's why it's important to get in this book. There you go. Get into it. This book is full of wisdom. It is full of instruction. It is full of the boundaries and the principles that are going to make your life successful and favorable. Again, it may not show up in your bank account. The idea that Yah wants us all to be super wealthy and to have great possessions is a fallacy. Many folks don't know what to do with such things. Wealth would easily slide through many of our fingers simply because we've not trained ourselves, equipped ourselves, studied and showed ourselves approved to handle such an increase. That doesn't mean that we live poor mouth and that we can barely make ends meet. Applying the word of Yah, working hard, studying, applying, growing, achieving, all of these things can lead to a better life and a better existence for ourselves and for our children. What Yitzhak was doing was not just counting on the favor of Abraham to automatically show up in his life. As you read later on in this chapter, he went and started redigging the wells that his father had dug that had been stopped up, reclaiming the works of his father, doing again the works of his father. That's what we're called to do, is to go to those things that have been done rightly before us and do them well. Doesn't mean it's going to be without contest. Doesn't mean it's not going to be without controversy. But we apply ourselves. We walk forward. We set our eyes on the prize and we keep moving forward. Make your halakhic decision to follow Yeshua and let his favor rest on you. May you be blessed and favored today. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.